Welcome, traveler. This is Grimscribe. In the last video, where I introduced the digital release version of Grimlore Portal Tales on DriveThruRPG, I completely forgot that there's also the full version included in there. So this is all of the 10 booklets that make up the game in one PDF file for easy reference. I use this on my e-ink notepad and it works great. So this is included in the DriveThruRPG package as well. But as I said during the last video, there's also the option to use the website to manage your party, your characters, to create events, NPCs, monsters, pretty much everything that is included in the game. So the website has these generators as well: the quest generator, event, monster, dungeon. The dungeon generator is not included yet. I'm working on that. It's a bit more complex. Right. So let's have a look at that. You can just get to these tools by registering an account on grimlore.online. Once you have registered on the account, you will have a tools option where I've got the admin option here. You will have a tools option that will open this screen. And from here, you can access all of the content that you have generated. And you can take a look at what other people have generated. And there's also generators so you can create new stuff. There's also the option to manage your party here, or yeah, as a normal user, you can only create one party. As an admin, I can create more, but there's just one party normally. But your account can be invited by other users of the website, and then you can create a character in a party that they created, and you can play together, right? And there's also a list of the characters that you have created. So let's just go ahead and have a go and create a new party. That's the first thing you would do when playing Grimlore. I've got a couple of here, but I'm just going to create a new party, and then you give it a name. So our party is called the Wanderers, and we're going to create that one. And here is our Wanderers, the Wanderers party. There's the option to create a game session here. So this will create a complete game for you, a game session for you. But we're going to get into that later. I'm going to show that last. So let's take a look at the Wanderers. And we can see here here's our rations. We can remove rations or add rations. And we can adjust our clues, experience, or gold, organic materials, and essences here. And we can see a list of the characters that are in this party. There's a text field here where you can put all of the items that you've got in your stash, enchantments and upgrades. And you can invite other users to this party so they can create a character and also manage that character, their own character. Right? So this is the party management interface, the online party management interface, and we're just going to create a new character in here. And we can supply a name for the new character, we can supply the race of the new character, we can supply a name for the general role of the character, just like you would in the pen and paper version, really. And then you will choose the starting attribute and the starting skill that should be leveled up. I can create a character here now, so let's call him Nevo, and it's going to be an orc, and he's a warrior. It's going to be might and two-handed. So we're going to create that character. So now we've got a character in the party, and we can also take a look at that character and update it here. You can update the attributes, you can update the skills, you can update traits, equipment, inventory, just like you would in the pen and paper version. And you can also roll dice here for your character. Oh, that was a bad roll. Oh yeah, I'm not a good dice roller today, it seems. So yeah, and then you can like roll for advantage or for disadvantage here as well. Okay, you can also roll from here, right, and will automatically calculate the dice pool from here. All right, so this is our first character. We have our party and we have our first character, and we can just start playing the game as normal now, or we could use the online game session. But like I said, I'm going to show that a bit later. Let's just say we are just using the website as a digital tool. So what we would do is create an NPC, a quest giver. So our party is hanging out on their home island, and we want to create a quest giver for our first quest. Our party is brand new. It's just Nevo really. Okay, let's maybe add another character to the party. So the Wanderers, and we're gonna create a new character, and this is gonna be Lyris. Just Lyris. And she's gonna be a human, and she's gonna be a mage. As a mage, we're gonna give arcane as the main attribute and magic as the main skill. Mage. Let's call her an illusionist. She's an illusionist. Okay, there we go. And now we've got two characters in the party. That's fine. So let's take a look at Lyr's character sheet. Looks fine to me. So if we roll on magic, it's gonna roll 4 dice. Perfect. Okay. We've been hanging out on our home island, and we want to visit the tavern. Inside of the tavern, we're gonna spend a few copper pieces to get a very stale ale. But what can you do? Our guys, they have no experience yet, no gold, no nothing. So an NPC approaches them, and we're gonna go to My NPCs and click on creating another NPC. And this is pretty much what the system did now, is to create all of the properties randomly for you from where you would normally roll on the tables in the NPC generator, 3 to 5 or maybe up to 15 times. The system did that for you just now. So we've got a female troll, which is called Kaden Fangsnarl, and she's of average height. Her skin has an olive tint, and her eyes are silver. Hairstyle is dreadlocks. The hair color is multicolored. Profession is runesmith. The demeanor is knavish. Motivation is truth. She seeks truth. She's got a fancy cloak that she seems to really like, and she can do teleportation tricks, and she seems to pace around all the time. So this is pretty much what I would have rolled, but instead of having rolled 5 times, I just clicked create a NPC, and the system created it for me. The system rolled for me pretty much. And now if I want to be very lazy and just have like a proper description, like a flowing text for this NPC, I can embellish this NPC. We're going to use ChatGPT for that. And this obviously now contacts GPT and uses our custom model to create the NPC description. In the shadowed groves of the Eldritch Woods, where light seldom dares to tread, dwells Caden Fangsnarl, a troll runesmith of knavish charm and keen intellect. Her olive skin blends into the dark underbrush, making her seem as one with the ancient realm. Silver eyes, gleaming with cunning, scan her surroundings, always alert, always searching for the hidden truth that lie buried beneath the earth. Right, you can see it created a text, so we can use that in our narrative. There's some debug parameters here, so if anything seems weird, we can check here what parameters were given to the Grimbot, And yeah, now if we want, we can save this NPC, and she should be like somewhere around here. Caden. There we go. So here we have Caden in our list of characters, of NPCs. We can make her public. So when other users use the community NPCs function in the tools section, they can find Caden. So the only thing I would like to ask of you is that you check the text, that it's fine, and make adjustments if it's not, before making your NPCs public. So I'm not going to make it public. Once that's done, you can save the NPC, you can cancel out of this. You can also, as you saw, you can delete. Yeah, you can delete NPCs that you don't like anymore, don't want anymore. Okay. So the next thing we will do is create a quest. So I'm going to my quests, create another quest. And then the same thing happens. The system goes ahead and looks for all of the properties that a quest is made of and chooses a random property, just like you would by rolling the dice on the tables. So we've got an Ashen Prophecy theme here in a Warlock's library, which is 3 days travel to the west. And there's some kind of arena beast that was held there, or maybe the beast has something to do with the prophecy, and we need to vanquish that beast. Complications, consequences in Grimlore, they only happen if the party fails a lot of events during their journey to the quest, and obviously the consequence if they fail the quest. Same for reward. The topic property is something, if you're trying to make sense of these things, you can look at the topic. It's a proper noun, and you can use that to get the ideas flowing in your head. There's also an oracle with just yes and no. I don't think there's a maybe. I hate maybes. Don't need an oracle for a maybe, so yes, no. And there's also a random d6 roll there. And same as with the NPCs and all the other generators, we can embellish this quest with ChatGPT. So we're going to do that. The Grimbot is working on the description and on the complication and consequence. There we go. So Fluff is in the heart of a land swallowed by shadows. The Ashen Prophecy foretold the coming of a beast, born not of this realm, but summoned from the abyss by a warlock's ambition. To the west, beyond the forsaken woods and through the mists of despair, lies the warlock's library, a place where the air crackles with forbidden knowledge and the echoes of the damned. Right? And then there's a complication, if there should be one, and there's a consequence if the party should fail. And again, we have got the debug parameters, which still includes the reward, which would be a basic item here. Right? And again, we can save this quest. And when a quest is saved, it doesn't have a title yet. So you have to go inside of the quest and give it a proper name, like here, and then you can save it. You can also make these public, then they will be available via the community quest section. Okay, let's have a look at the next generator, which is the event generator. Same thing, I click on create another event. It pulls or rolls on the tables and shows us all of the properties for the event. We've got a settlement event here, and the settlement is a hamlet. And the name is something like Crown Keep or Crown Sanctuary. Crown Keep sounds good. Crown Keep, just Crown Keep. Since it's a hamlet, it shouldn't have such a fancy name. Just Crown Keep. Maybe there was maybe the hamlet was built around like a ruin of another civilization or something. Then there's some visual trait, which is there's like bioluminescent mushrooms here. You can hear a haunting call from the woods to the west, and there must be a wildfire going on. And the event challenge is that we need to scavenge materials, most probably to save the hamlet Crown Keep from the wildfire that we can already smell. And to do that, we need to pass a skill check either with agility and stealth, like gathering like materials to fortify the hamlet without getting caught by beasts or wildlife, or the other option would be with might and one-handed. I think you need a little bit more fantasy, more. You need to be a little bit more creative to find like an action how you could solve the wildfire with might and one-handed. Maybe if you want to go like a nasty evil way, you could like take materials from a trader that is just about to leave the hamlet or something, you know. The difficulty is 1, and the party will gain experience as loot, and failure is gonna be experience as well. So normally, if it's both, then experience from successfully completing the event, so loot, should be more than that from failure. Failure will always only give 1 XP, only always if there's an XP reward for a failure. Grimlore uses a failing forward mechanism. So even when someone fails a skill check, most of the time they are rewarded with experience. And let's embellish the event with GPT. See what it can come up with. In the heart of a hamlet overshadowed by the ancient Crown Keep sanctuary, bioluminescent mushrooms cast an eerie glow upon the crumbling walls and deserted streets. The air, thick with the acrid smell of wildfire, carries a haunting call that seems to lament the desolation. So, it's a bit different from what I made up in my mind when just looking at the keywords. But there you go. Right? So there's different ways of interpreting that. Success, failure, and again, we can save the event, give it a name. Again, these don't have a name, just like quests. You have to edit the name before you can make it public. What? So that's the events, and then we've got one more generator, which is the monster generator. And we're going to create another monster. Same thing, we have all of the properties rolled randomly by the system. We have a blade, which are like humanoid, like bandits. You can call them bandits pretty much. They could be cannibals, they could be like, slave traders or something. Mostly evil type of bladed guys. There's a description, we have a damage type, we have a resistance. These are hard enemies, and there's like a bug I can see because they should give 3 XP if they're a hard enemy. Minions is okay, so amount of characters times 3 minions and amount of characters times 4 energy. 3 traits, so that's fine. Riposte, vulnerable, and camouflage. And the loot seems fine too. So there's something wrong with the experience. But like always in Grimlore, a hard enemy gives 3 XP. And we can use GPT to embellish the monster. So it creates some fluff text, some tactics text. We've got a table here with a monster stat block, and we've got the debug parameters. You can save the monster, edit it, make it public for others, and so if we take a look at what's in here, so we just click on Community NPC, and it will show us the name of the NPC, who created it, the fluff of the NPC. We can request another one here. We can like it. So there's still some German text. Excuse me, I'm German. English version of the website is kind of a work in progress, but that should be fine. So this is how the website can help you with all of the features of the game. There's also a dungeon generator. This one just draws from the rows, just like as if you would use the table. There's no way to embellish this yet. It wouldn't make any sense for now. I'm still working on that. Yeah, so there you go. So unlimited type of dungeons in here, right? Okay, and last but not least, and it's something I've been working on recently, is the online game session. So we go into our parties, we have our wanderers, and we would click on new game session. System now generates a complete game session with 49 events. We start here. This is pretty much the portal. This is where the portal dropped us off when we went through the portal on our home island. And this is the first event. These are generated via GPT every time. So they should be different every time, and you can obviously just change the content as you see fit. If you don't like it, adjust it. Like always, the golden rule: make this your own. So as you approach the hamlet of Twilight Weaver Fall, the air is thick with the thrill of adrenaline. The villagers speak in hushed tones of a guardian golem that stands in the center of the town, blocking access to valuable clues. The hamlet's main visual trait is a hall of statues, frozen in eerie poses. The audio trait is the constant clicking of glasses. So, and you can hear the constant clicking of glasses as the villagers nervously sip their drinks, awaiting your arrival. You must pass the test on might and two-handed or social leadership with one negative dice. So what I would do now is, no. So I would go open my party in the other tab, and then we can have a look here, and there's our orc can do the might and two-handed skill check, so that's fine. So I guess we're going to take a little bit of a brutal approach in this event and just beat down the guardian golem to get our clues for our to know what's going on. And so this is something that Nevo can take care of. So we're going to go to Nevo, and Nevo has 200. He has, so we can just click here. There's one success already, great, but I think there was one negative die, so let's roll that one. Disadvantage 1. No, so there's a 6 on the disadvantage, which means that it's a failure. All right. We could use one destiny point. Nevo could use one destiny point. So let's do that. Destiny X1 used. And roll again. We're gonna re-roll obviously we have to re-roll the disadvantage. And we're gonna re-roll 3 of the black die. Oh no, the disadvantage is a failure again. But we still have 3 dice from our. There we go. We had 1 success from our original roll, and we re-rolled the other 3 black die and the 1 disadvantage, which came back as a 6 again. But we also had a second 6, so this event is a success. We click on success. With a mighty swing of your two-handed weapon, you manage to defeat the guardian golem, causing it to crumble to the ground. As it falls, it reveals the hidden clues you were seeking. The villagers cheer and offer you their thanks, along with valuable information to aid you on your dark journey. So we can see that the reward is clues, and we completed it. Normally, I think to get the session going, we could also decide to solve this event with a combat encounter, and then we would move to a combat encounter. So there's no digital helper on the website yet for combat encounters. I might work on that in the future. But as always in Grimlore, if the narrative allows for combat encounter, the party can just decide, okay, we're just gonna start a combat encounter with the golem. And obviously what you could do is you could just go open the monster generator, or go to the go to the go to the bestiary and look for a golem. So there's plenty of golems in here. You could use that golem. So for instance, this one here. So you could use that golem as the opponent for that event, right? Or use the, like I said, use the monster generator. There's a golem in there as well. You might have to roll a few times, but there's a golem in there as well. Okay, so we've got our first success and we receive a clue. So what we would do is we would go in here and go to clues, add one clue, and we have to get rid of a ration as well. Going back to the game session window, we can now start the second turn, so that would mean we remove the second ration. Okay, what I forgot is we entered a settlement. So one of the characters could mine for ore. It's going to be Nevo who does that. So he goes to crafting. No, didn't work. So he didn't manage to find any ore near the settlement. And then our party decides to go where our quest told us to go, which was north. So we just go north. And there we go. Oh, it's in German now. So there's a wilderness. Yep. So this is an overview of the different digital tools that you can use on the website. I hope they will prove useful, and I hope you're going to have fun. If you've got any feedback, as usual, join the Discord, and see you next time. Bye.